What's up, y'all? We back at it again. This is episode 2 of the Team Fugitive off-season podcast. At the first video up and going, like it. It's kind of rough around the edges, but we're gonna get better. It's gonna get better. This is just the first time. We're gonna get better. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. So on today's episode, we are gonna be talking about changes that's going on in the SIP, man. It's big racing changes going on in the SIP. Some good, some bad. But I'm here to talk about it, man. Now, I know some people be like, well, who gives this guy the expert to talk about it? It's my podcast. I'm going to talk about it. You don't like it, okay. You do like it, like and subscribe, comment, do whatever. I'm going to talk about it. Let's start off with something good. So, this has been going on for even since last year. As you know, we didn't really race a lot in Prentice at Finish Line Drag Strip. We did not really race a lot at Finish Line Drag Strip last year because they shut down in the middle of the year to get upgrades. They ended up upgrading their track. They ended up getting a brand new all concrete surface because I don't want to talk about our tracks bad, but they're upgrading them. We had some shitty tracks. Not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say it like it is. We had some shitty tracks. I love these shitty tracks because I love going to Prentice. Prentice is one of my favorite tracks to go to, just because I always knew they had a lot of potential, and the fact that it's just the environment, the people around there and stuff. They're awesome, man. I love Prentice. It was just, compared to some of the tracks we go to with my pops car that's out of town, and all you be seeing all on the grudge races and everything, like what Alabama has and what South Carolina and Texas and Florida tracks that they have. Mississippi tracks are nowhere near that level. Yeah, they wasn't up to par. It was a little outdated or whatnot, but it was fun and everything. But now we don't have to worry about that because Prentice is getting a brand new resurfaced all concrete. It is flat surface. It looks good. I'm gonna drop a picture somewhere in here. You're gonna see it. Oh yeah, they ended up getting new all concrete surface. That's amazing. They desperately needed that because they had concrete to asphalt to concrete. They had a lot going on there. It was pretty bumpy, but we don't have to worry about that no more because they did it, and it looks good. From the pictures I've seen, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna be a real good track. So I'm super stoked about Prentice, one of my favorite tracks, and they're also getting concrete guardrails. This is just coming from everybody else. This is what I've been seeing online and on Facebook and everything. So this is not official from the owner of the track, but there is pictures of new surface. So I can confirm that the guardrail situation, concrete guardrail, I believe in my source 100%. So I'm going to say they're going to have concrete guardrails, which they also desperately need because safety is first, man. And I love the fact that, we're getting these tracks lined out the way they should be in safety. Let's talk about another upgrade. Junkyard #1 Speedway. We went there for the first time this year, and that's the first time I've been to Canada in 10 years. I haven't been there since 2013, and I think I was in my junior dragster last time. I went to Canton. So, at Junkyard. So, but that's another track. Legendary track, man. Oh my goodness. My racing people, if you know how Junkyard used to be on a Sunday back in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, oh my Lord. Junkyard was the place to be, man. They called it Junkyard because this track looks like a hole in the wall. Just being real, just being straight up. Compared to all the other tracks, it looks like a hole in the wall. It looked like a shit show. But back in the day, Junkyard was hooking better than anything. It was one of the only all concrete tracks, and it was flying. Back when Pops had the Firebird, this is back when like Power Glide Pro Mods was running like 420s, and I think Pops went up there and went 440s, and that was flying. Like you had a Power Glide car running 440s. Back then, it was like a Pro Nitrous car running 360s right now. No, I'm not going to say 360s. 370s. So it's like a Pro Nitrous car running 370s. You had a Power Glide car and you ran 440s, especially at Junkyard. That's like running 370s now. Anyway, yes. So they already have all concrete guardrails, which they desperately needed. And they're going to get a brand new all concrete surface. And they're going to fix the return road. And they're going to get new bathrooms. I mean, and guess who's doing it? The godfather of track prep, resurfacing, all that. Brandon Mass of Mass Traction. Lord Jesus, we're going to have us a radio prep track, guys. That's going to be awesome, man. Everybody knows when I say this, that Junkyard been needing an upgrade for a long time. And we, as racers and as witnesses and people that have been at the track and watching the track and everything over the last 20, 30 years or so, we know that, Junkyard has the potential or has the money to put it in it. So there was one time, not gonna say recently, but one time maybe early 2010s, mid 20, somewhere in there, where Junkyard was almost worse than the street. I hate to say it like that, but realistically, just being realistic, it was pretty bad. Nobody really wanted to go up there and race. Everybody was kind of scared to go up there and race. The people that's running the track now, Pig and everybody, they're doing a fantastic job. They were doing a fantastic job the last couple years. Like I said, I went there this year for the first time in years. But from what I've been seeing on YouTube and on Facebook and everything, cars been going down with no problem and hooking up and everything. When I went up there, the track was pretty good. It's pretty good. For what it was and compared to how it was back in 2013 when I was with my junior track, it was pretty good. They've been doing a phenomenal job. But now that they got this brand new all concrete surface and concrete guardrails, and they got Brandon, out of all the people, Brandon Mass? Are you serious? Like, oh man, I definitely can't wait. I cannot wait. The 2024 season looks good for the Mississippi tracks because, realistically speaking, Mississippi has been behind the 8 ball as a state, period. Just in anything, not even racing related, just anything. We've been behind the 8 ball as a state. You know this, everybody knows this. And the same goes for racing and racetracks. We don't have these top tier multi-million-dollar tracks. In my own opinion, I think Holly Springs is probably our best track. It's not local to us because we're in central Mississippi and Holly Springs right up there in Memphis. So we don't consider it Tennessee, but we look at it as like, that's like going to Memphis. But yeah, we don't have the luxury of having a Steele, Alabama, or a Atmore or a Montgomery, and that's Alabama. Alabama being our brother or sister state, they have those 3 tracks right there, top tier, in the South. Go to Georgia. You got South Georgia Motorsports, Macon. You got South Carolina. You got House of Hook. You got Orangeburg. You got there's so many tracks. We don't have the luxury of having those tracks. That's mainly for the radio racing. The only good thing that I can say that the Mississippi racers do is that we adjust to what we have. A lot of us racers, we built cars for these these shittier tracks. I'm not even gonna say shittier. I'm gonna change for these slick prep tracks. So the tracks we have around here, we mainly run slicks, man, because the surface is just not that great, and the slick is what works the best for what we have around in our surrounding. But the good thing I can say is that these people in Mississippi, they support. They 100% support, man. Now I'm looking at it as the real question is, now that Prentice is getting the upgrade, and now Can's getting the upgrade, and they're gonna be more so of a radio prep track. Are the Mississippi racers ready to make that transition to it? Because a lot of racers around here are no prep racers as well. I think Mississippi has some of the baddest no prep racers in the world. Street racers, no prep racers, whatever you want to call it. I'm not talking about, well, you can't say no prep kings, but we got Kai Kelly. We got Scott Taylor, right? We got the best no prep racers in the world. And the thing about it, in our tracks around here, is our prep tracks on our surfaces in Mississippi tracks are like no prep tracks at bigger facilities. So when our no prep racers race out of state or whatever like that and race their no prep tune-up, when they come back to us, when they come back to Mississippi and they race on our tracks down here, they don't have to change anything because our prep surface is kind of like no prep surface. They don't have to make much changes. So the no prep racers support, the prep racers support, we just have a big old turnout. So now I'm just questioning whether or not are the no prep racers ready to still support Mississippi if these tracks turn into radio prep tracks, and are the guys that have been running slicks, are they ready to transition over to a radio? Now, me personally, I like to stay here at home. I like being here. And now, don't get me wrong, I will travel. I like to travel too. I love to travel. But if I had to pick which one I'd rather do, I'd rather stay at home. If I can go, I like the radio race because the radio tire is faster. I can get after my tune up. I can get after my car a little bit better on a radio because it's faster. It's faster that way. Everybody build their car to go the fastest they can. So that's one of the reasons why, if I do choose to go out of town, it's because I want to go fast. I want to try my car on the radio. But if we're getting a radio prep surface here and we're going to have some radio races here, I'd much rather stay here and save that money and race here. I mean, who wouldn't? Now I want to race and want to run my car in Mississippi. I'm going to run it. And I'm really excited for these upgrades because it means I don't have to change so much. I can keep my car. Like right now, my car's on the radio. So the tracks around here are truly radio. I won't have to change it much. I love that. Because when we go out of town, with my car, if we go out of town, we're not slick prep racing. We're radio racing if I go out of town. I honestly feel like they will be radio prep, especially with Brandon freaking Mass. Brandon Mass? Oh, man. But, I mean, other than that, man, you got Prentice getting an upgrade. You got Junkyard getting an upgrade. I'm looking forward to it, man. The SIP is stepping up, and I love that because, if you're a racer, we've been hearing a lot about some tracks closing and surrounding areas and everything. So to hear some upgrades and everything's going, that's great. That's great. So looking forward to that. Basically, to sum it all up, man, make sure y'all support, man. That's a big thing. One thing about Mississippi, bro, we like support. If you ain't gonna support, we ain't even gonna mess with you. I've been told that I don't support, and people stop messing with me. So guess what I start doing? I start supporting more. And, more people start coming to me, more people start messing with me and everything like that. So definitely support racers. If you're watching this, man, and you're not doing nothing, go to the track, support. They making all these upgrades for us racers. Go to the track. You ain't even got to make a pass. You just come out. If you're not even going to race your car, come out and support and spectate and hang out with your boys, man. We definitely need this here because these guys are spending their dollars on these tracks for us. So we need to make sure that we show them 100% the support that they deserve and they desperately need, and make sure we bringing in some money for them because, spectators pay bills, racers pay the bills, and they going to give it right back to us. So make sure we do our part as racers, as racing fans, and support our local racetracks. But other than that, peace.